WWE posts several more cryptic teasers on social media as well as on WWE Monday Night Raw, as the aim and reason behind the teasers has now been revealed. All this and more in this news update. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's begin with the latest when it comes to these mystery teasers that began on Sunday and have continued through Monday, and we've got details as to just what is the reasoning behind them. So WWE continues to create buzz through these mysterious teasers that we've seen over the last few days. Just a couple of hours after sharing the fifth cryptic walking teaser that we spoke about previously, WWE made a slight pivot, sharing a new teaser of someone gripping a chair in an office. The person featured in the trailer was wearing a suit and a WWE Hall of Fame ring. The expectation was that was probably most likely Paul Heyman. We also saw Triple H drop another WWE teaser. The latest teaser was dropped by Paul Levesque. He posted this video of a person pouring a glass of liquor. We then had something air on WWE Monday Night Raw. It was this poker chip that you can see on the screen right there. On Monday's WWE Raw, the latest teaser aired with a poker chip hitting the table. The chip was labeled saying 2026. Now, it had been reported by a variety of different outlets like PW Insider, WrestleVotes, and Fightful Select yesterday, confirming that the teasers had nothing to do with any potential storylines, returns, debuts, factions, or anything that people were speculating on. In fact, these teasers that have been airing are just promotional material for WrestleMania 42. Of course, Mania will return to Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium for the second consecutive year in April of 2026. But we haven't got an official unveiling behind the vignette, so I guess anything is possible. If we get any more details on it, we'll let you know in a future video. Now, going to last night's WWE Monday Night Raw, the final stop for WWE Saturday Night's main event this weekend. Of course, the event will see a brand new WWE World Heavyweight Champion being crowned between CM Punk and Jey Uso. The October 27th edition of WWE Raw kicked off with a face-to-face meeting between Uso and Punk, putting both stars in the same ring just days before their clash over the vacant World Heavyweight Championship at Saturday night's main event. Uso was out first after doing his entrance shtick twice. Uso complained about having Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, and everybody's mama in his ear. Uso made it clear that he doesn't care what they think of him because it's just him when it comes to his World Heavyweight Championship aspirations. CM Punk then hit the ring, interrupting Uso's signature catchphrase attempt. Punk ran back his own entrance before telling Uso that he's going to be all in his grill at Saturday night's main event. Punk also praised Uso for taking his own path and not listening to Jimmy Uso or Roman Reigns. As the segment continued on, Punk questioned Uso on how far he's willing to go to win the gold. Punk reiterated that he knows how far he is willing to go before questioning what Uso will do when he's in a situation that he can't yeet himself out of. Uso fired back with his own fighting words, saying that he knows how to swim in deep waters. Uso capped off the segment by telling Punk that he's going to show him who is the best in the world, who that really is this Saturday at Saturday night's main event. Of course, we'll be doing a live watch along and post show for that on Saturday, so be sure to join us for that one. Now, there was some controversy when it comes to the number one contenders match for the Intercontinental Championship. Following the opening segment between CM Punk and Jey Uso, the October 27th edition of Raw featured a match between Penta and Rusev. The stakes were high, with the winner earning a shot at the Intercontinental Championship, currently held by Dirty Dominic Mysterio. The match ended in a disappointment for many fans as the Los Americanos trio of El Grande Americano, Bravo Americano, and Rayo Americano got involved and attacked both Penta and Rusev. After standing tall for a brief moment, the trio was attacked by Rusev and Penta, who worked together for a brief moment to take down the Luchador faction. Of course, they've been assisting Dirty Dominic Mysterio in recent months, but they didn't actually assist Dirty Dom here because Dom will still be defending his Intercontinental Championship, but now it'll be the numbers not at his advantage. Now, as I mentioned, that number one contenders match ended in a no contest after Los Americanos got involved. Later on in the night, Raw General Manager Adam Pearce refused to reward Mysterio's tricky tactics, revealing that he'll defend his championship against both Rusev and Penta at Saturday night's main event on November 1st this coming weekend. So another title on the line for that Peacock special this Saturday. The women's tag team titles were on the line last night on Raw, and Flair and Bliss have held on to their gold. The October 27th edition of Raw was headlined by a huge match for the women's tag team championships, as Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss defended their titles against the duo of Lyra Valkyria and Bayley. The finish of the match saw Flair lock Bayley in her signature figure 8 submission. Just before she tapped, Lyra Valkyria stepped in and caught Bayley's hand, preventing the loss. Alexa Bliss came off the top rope with a twisted Bliss, taking out Valkyria. Moments later, Flair and Bliss hit stereo natural selection finishers on Bayley and Valkyria. Flair went on to pin Bayley to secure the victory for her tag team. Now, chaos ensued after the match as Asuka and Kairi Sane hit the ring and attacked the duo of Bliss and Flair, as well as Valkyria. Sane specifically took out Flair with an insane elbow drop before being chased out of the ring by Bayley. So maybe there could be a future women's tag team match between them coming up soon. Speaking of title matches, Maxine Dupree has got one in the bank. Maxine Dupree will challenge Becky Lynch for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship at some point. Dupree met with Raw General Manager Adam Pearce on Monday's Raw, with Pearce saying that Dupree has earned a shot at the Women's IC title. Dupree was grateful for the opportunity, but she wanted to call a friend and make sure she's ready for the title match. Pearce understood Dupree's request and said she would get her title shot when she is ready. Dupree has a count-out and disqualification victory over Lynch in recent weeks, setting her up for a future title shot. Pearce noted that Lynch took Monday's Raw off to regroup from her defeat to Dupree. Speaking of title matches, one is booked for next week's episode of WWE Raw. First, just weeks after switching hands, the WWE World Tag Team Championships will be up for grabs as AJ Styles and Dragon Lee will defend the titles against the Judgment Day duo of Finn Balor and Jada McDonough. This match comes after Balor and McDonough complained to Adam Pearce about getting a title rematch. Also, the duo of Nikki Bella and Women's World Champion Stephanie Vaquer will team up for the first time to take on another Judgment Day duo of Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. This match comes after Vaquer made the save for Bella following her singles match with Perez last night. Now, AJ Lee has cleared up some confusion over her social media status. Since returning to the ring at WWE WrestlePalooza, AJ Lee has been absent from WWE programming, leading fans to speculate on her future in the world of wrestling. Now, just a couple of days ago, a post from a fake AJ Lee account on Facebook made the rounds on social media as it claimed that Lee was away from the company for a book tour. On Monday, Lee took her verified X account to confirm that she has no Facebook account. Lee also clarified that she isn't on any other social media platform aside from X and Instagram. She said, quote, "Hi babes, I don't have Facebook or any other socials beside this X and a verified Instagram." So if we get any more details on when she's expected to return to WWE TV, we'll let you know in a future video. Now we have an update here on the creative for Jade Cargill after her heel turn on SmackDown. Cargill is next in line for a shot at Tiffany Stratton's WWE Women's Championship. Cargill has successfully, or rather unsuccessfully, vied for the title on 3 occasions, but in another reality, she would reportedly already have been the champion. According to Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, WWE have long been eyeing the WWE Women's Championship for Cargill, even before WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. Quote, "I would have gone the other way," Meltzer said, referencing Cargill's recent character term. "I think Stratton's got more personality and is the more natural babyface. Cargill's more of a superhero type, but they've been wanting to get that bout on Cargill since before WrestleMania, before she got hurt. They're finally getting it on her, I guess. There's no point in having her turn heel and then lose. That would make no sense. Stratton has been champion for long enough anyway, and Cargill is just better off as a heel." Now, last November, Cargill was written off WWE television by falling to an attack at the hands of a mystery assailant later revealed to be Naomi. In storyline, Naomi then stepped up in her place as the co-women's tag team champion alongside Bianca Belair. Behind the scenes, Cargill was reportedly suffering from an injury that kept her off programming until March 2025 when she counterattacked Naomi at Elimination Chamber. Of course, this weekend she'll be challenging Tiffany Stratton for the Women's Championship at Saturday night's main event. Switching over to TNA Wrestling here, and Fightful Select are reporting they have confirmed that the contract of TNA International Champion Steve Macklin is currently slated to expire at the end of 2025. Macklin re-signed with the company on a one-year deal as last year's expired. Macklin defeated Frankie Kazarian at TNA Bound for Glory to regain the TNA International Championship. Macklin is also a former TNA World Champion. He's been with the company for over 4 years after his nearly 7-year run with WWE came to an end. Sources that Fightful spoke to in TNA Wrestling say that they hope he stays. Macklin is often regarded as a positive backstage presence and a student of wrestling. Of course, we get any more details, and if he puts pen to paper or is expected to, we'll let you know in the future. Samantha Irvin, there's been a lot going on, hasn't there, about Samantha Irvin and a non-compete. Now, amidst the ongoing situation of Andrade El Idolo being tied to a one-year non-compete following his firing with cause by WWE, former WWE ring announcer Samantha Irvin revealed she was under a 2-year non-compete as part of her departure from the company in October 2024. She wrote on X, quote, "1 year down, 1 year left on my non-compete. Can't wait. Hope you enjoy my songs in the meantime and look back on all the memories as fondly as I do. Love you and miss you all. And remember, I never left for music. I am music. Hope to see you soon," Irvin wrote on X. Now, Irvin had previously been a ring announcer for WWE from 2021 until October 2024. Irvin noted following her exit that she never liked ring announcing and wanted to use the role to move on to bigger things within WWE, which ultimately never came together. Now, some were shocked at the length of Irvin's WWE non-compete clause. In an update, Sean Ross Sapp noted on a Fightful Select Answers Q&A that the non-compete clause is so long as she signed a new deal with a big raise in early 2024 to remain with the company beyond WrestleMania 40, having already made it clear to WWE she wanted to move on from her ring announcer position. While the new deal included a pay rise, it also had a lengthy non-compete attached to it. Switching over to AEW and an update on Ortiz. Ortiz has been absent from AEW television since January of last year, having suffered an injury that required surgery. During a recent interview on the One Breezy podcast, Ortiz revealed that he has around a year left on his current deal and also provided insight into what he's been doing in AEW during his absence. Ortiz revealed he's been working in a backstage capacity as a producer, sharing his enthusiasm for the role when asked whether he would remain with AEW, saying, quote, "I would love to stay there. I love working with AEW. I've actually been coaching, doing producing, basically, which is learning a different skill in wrestling and will also give me longevity in wrestling. It's also selfishly making me a better wrestler because I'm helping people call matches and I'm analyzing it from a different lens and I'm really enjoying that. It's something I've wanted to do anyways and now I'm getting the opportunity to do it there. So even if I stay on purely because with the coaching and the producing and I can still wrestle, for me, I'm still happy. It's the best of both worlds. I'm still getting to perform. If they keep, I think I would stay for sure." Now, Ortiz debuted in AEW All Out in 2019 alongside then partner Santana, although that relationship has since changed direction. Santana has since returned to TNA Wrestling, appearing regularly on WWE NXT as the current TNA World Champion, and has also received high marks from WWE personnel backstage. Dragon Lee, there are some in WWE that want him to sign a new contract. Dragon Lee has been on the receiving end of a push within WWE in recent months across the company's programming and Lucha Libre AAA worldwide. That push has seen Dragon Lee win the World Tag Team Championships with AJ Styles on the October 20th episode of Monday Night Raw, having defeated Judgment Day's Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Lee then main evented a AAA show as he unsuccessfully challenged Dominic Mysterio for the AAA Mega Championship. According to Mike Johnson of PW Insider, Dragon Lee has received rave reviews for his match with Dominic Mysterio. Some in WWE have also brought up that the company needs to sign Lee to a new deal before his contract expires in 2026. Dragon Lee signed a 3-year deal with WWE in December of 2022 and inked an extension when he moved to the main roster. Beyond his current World Tag Team title reign, Lee is a former NXT North American Champion and WWE Speed Champion. Now, when exactly in 2026 Dragon Lee's contract expires is unknown, but reports noted in September that the Luchador had close to a year left on his contract. Now, John Cena's final appearance for WWE Monday Night Raw has now been confirmed. It has been officially announced by Netflix that John Cena's final appearance on Monday Night Raw will take place on the November 17th edition of the show from New York City's historic Madison Square Garden. Cena has been on his retirement tour since the beginning of this year, making his return to the company on the Netflix premiere of Monday Night Raw on January 6th. Cena's tour has been somewhat of a mixed bag due to a poorly received heel turn as undisputed WWE champion, although the reception to Cena's matches has been far more positive since he turned babyface on the SmackDown before SummerSlam. Cena has only 4 more appearances left before he retires. He is scheduled for the November 10th and November 17th editions of Monday Night Raw, Survivor Series on November 29th, and his final match on the December 13th edition of Saturday Night's Main Event in Washington, D.C., which major political figures are expected to attend. Reports have noted that Cena is planned to challenge Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship at Survivor Series. Gunther is currently scheduled to be Cena's final opponent at Saturday Night's Main Event. Now, this has been a story that's been making the rounds over the last few days. Vince Russo is officially back in professional wrestling, having joined a new promotion. The controversial pro wrestling writer had primarily been an analyst for Sportskeeda in recent years, but it was revealed on Monday that Russo had joined Insane Clown Posse's Juggalo Championship Wrestling. Russo also noted on the final episode of Bro Down that he was working on the creative side of the promotion and has already written 9 episodes of TV for JCW. Russo will also be an on-screen character for the promotion, and the latest tapings of Juggalo Championship Wrestling's weekly show, Lunacy, revealed Russo was an investor in the company, at least in storyline. A press release from JCW has revealed the episode of Russo's return will be released on the Psychopathic Records YouTube channel on Thanksgiving Day on Thursday, November 27th. Russo addressed his return to pro wrestling in a press release saying, quote, "I'm back. If you thought JCW was wild and unpredictable before, you haven't seen anything yet." Russo is a controversial figure within pro wrestling due to his past stints involved in creative with WWE, WCW, and TNA Wrestling between 1996 and 2014. Now, some were wondering why Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed weren't in the Battle Royal to determine who would be challenging CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship at Saturday Night's Main Event on Raw last week. The World Heavyweight title picture has been turbulent in recent weeks, to say the least, following Seth Rollins suffering a legitimate injury at Crown Jewel, which resulted in him being stripped of the World Heavyweight Championship. Rollins was laid out by his Vision stablemates Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed to provide a storyline reason for his absence, and it was decided on last week's Raw that a Battle Royal would take place to determine who would face CM Punk for the vacant title on the November 1st edition of Saturday Night's Main Event. This led to a show-long storyline where Paul Heyman tried to ensure Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed were added to the Battle Royal, but Raw General Manager Adam Pearce ultimately omitted the Vision from the match. Jey Uso ended up being the last man standing in the Battle Royal. Reports noted shortly after that the long-term plan within WWE is for Bron Breakker to win the World Heavyweight Championship, but the decision was made to omit Breakker and Reed as they want to keep the Vision looking strong and don't want to crown Breakker as champion at Saturday Night's Main Event. Another reason behind Breakker and Reed being out of the Battle Royal, according to TC of WrestleVotes, was internal concern within WWE about the two talents receiving babyface reactions after they turned on Seth Rollins. Quote, "A source I spoke with this week told me there has been internal concern that Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed would receive babyface fan reactions following their turn on Seth Rollins, which played into the decision to exclude them from the Battle Royal on Raw last week," TC tweeted. Breakker and Reed being omitted from the Battle Royal played in to the October 27th edition of Raw as Braun questioned the decision, which led to him facing LA Knight on the show. And finally, Asuka has responded to some controversial comments from retired WWE Hall of Famer Bill Goldberg. After similar comments were made some time ago, Goldberg caught some flack once again due to the way he spoke about multi-time world champion and living legend of professional wrestling, Asuka, now prompting a response from the woman herself. On Real Talk with Mike Burke, Goldberg responded to a question on whether his undefeated streak would ever be replicated, to which Goldberg referred to Asuka as, quote, "some girl," when discussing her streak in NXT. Quote, "They already did. Some girl at WWE. They did it on purpose. I have nothing against the girl by any means, but yeah." Asuka took to social media to respond to Goldberg's words, saying, quote, Goldberg's comments about me are all over the news right now, but honestly, I'm not bothered by it at all. What he said has come from his own perspective, and that's fine. So there's really no need to make such a big deal out of it. Listen to my philosophy. It's not about what I accomplish, it's about what I try to create. Philosophy and vision. That's where the real value is. I don't find meaning in anything without beauty. I've achieved every record, every title, but those are just milestones. What really matters is opening a new era, creating the moments that separates before Asuka and after Asuka, having the power to change an era. That's where true value and beauty exist. I don't chase records or championships. They're the ones that come to me. There's not enough art in this world. So those are the comments from Asuka. So there you go, guys. The latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe bottom right-hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right-hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.